He got problems, she got problems. Only I got 411 problems. Say hi, what's up, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another story time. And welcome to, I think there is some confusion. So, in the last story time, will you be my godmom? Y'all heard me say my mom did not do like godmother, godchildren type situation. And there was a situation that happened that let me know she did not do it. This is that situation. So let's get into it. So, um, I want to say African American families because I'm African American and I really don't know much about Caucasians aside, besides, us, the outlook and then the actions that y'all do for us to know how y'all maneuver on certain things. But I will say when it comes down to the African American community, baby, we don't mind giving out titles. You got to earn them, but we don't mind giving out titles. So basically, like, you've been best friends since high school, your kids is gonna be my nieces and nephews. There are nieces that I have that are not biologically related to me. If they do like a ancestry, those nieces will not be related to me biologically. They will not be on my family tree. By me, by love, by heart, those are my nieces. I will go hard for my nieces. I will about my nieces. Do not play when it comes down to my nieces. Period. I repeatedly tell you, you don't choose your family. Your family choose you. Meaning, the people that you are biologically related to don't necessarily mean they're gonna treat you right. They're gonna do right by you. You're gonna have people who, as y'all be quick to say, blood is thicker than water. Nah, as I repeatedly tell y'all, water has shown up for me quicker than blood on some occasions, most occasions, most occasions. So literally, that's family to me. Y'all hear me say ain't hey ain't fam. I've changed it from play cousins because play cousins, we not really family. You're my play cousin. You know what I'm saying? But ain't fam, you family because you don't have to support me. I see you as family, which is why I changed it. You know what I'm saying? That family is more, what's the word? Sentimental. It's more in tune. Play cousins is cool. It sound cool, but as I told y'all, play cousins is everywhere. Well, not play cousins. Cousins is everywhere, and I like to be different. So, Ange fam is more personal because we are family. Again, you don't have to support me, and I appreciate the people who do. Again, I don't care if it's one view. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no visit of Ange without y'all. So anyway, in our community, like we give out titles, we give out names, but also like in churches and not necessarily just in church, there's a difference between a teaching mother and a godmother. Godmother means you're going to, if something happens to you, there's no necessarily legal paperwork, but just basically be like, would you, you're agreeing to if something happens to the parent or parents, you're agreeing to look after that child or take over that child. You know what I'm saying? Like regardless of grandmama or whoever is there. Caucasians, what I will say when it comes down to that, Caucasians are totally, completely different when it comes down to that because they put it in writing. They make legal documents. Whereas, like, I would prefer the godmother to take over. Like, you know who godmama is. Or, yeah, like African Americans, black people, we be like, that's your godmama. And most of the time we don't put it like in writing or nothing. It's usually like grandmama or whoever take over, unless there's a understanding to where like the godparents are better off, and it's like, well, you go stay with your godmama. In church, there's this thing called teaching mother, and teaching mother is the person that teaches you about the Bible. You're not the godmom, you're a teaching mom. So I'm just teaching you about the Bible. I'm just letting you know certain things. I'm just letting like you come here, we have a little Bible study. Like I let you know things about the Lord. Like when it comes down to baptism, and I'm getting ahead of myself. So let me slow down. So when it comes down to it, all of a sudden, out of the blue, y'all, at this point in time, like I know I'm in middle school, and when we pull up to the high school, I don't remember what story time it was. It might have been the fight on the bus. I don't know. But when we put up to the high school, because they come get us from school first, we get out of school first before the high schoolers, we would talk and wave to the high schoolers once we pull up, because we would pull up like in the front. All the buses would pull up in the front. And we would be waving out the window, talking to people, talking to people. Because as kids, you think like being an adult is so freeing, not realizing like being a child is freeing. Being an adult, you got so much responsibility. So we thinking, looking at the high schoolers like, man, they just got it made and they can do what they want to do. And we waving at them like they celebrities. Hey, hey, hey. And it's like the more people you know, to, like the rest of the little middle schoolers you seem popular. But for me, it was like I know a lot of people because of my older siblings. And a lot of people know of me because of my older siblings. It was literally that way. It still has been that way for a long time. Like I can pull up and my brother, even like this past weekend at the festival, and I pull up, they be like, oh, okay, that's like, what did I name my brother, child? I think I named him Ace. And they would be like, oh, that's Ace's sister. So like they will maneuver or make moves because I'm Ace's sister, little sister. You know what I'm saying? They would make moves, or people would see me and they be like, oh yeah, this is Ace's little sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come say hi to Ace's little sister. You know who this is? You know this Ace's little sister. Instead of me just being Angel. So like I kinda, cause it kinda happened with my niece this weekend, as not kinda, it happened with my niece as well. They was like, oh, that show look alike. And I was like, And after it was said, I said to my niece, and I was like, yeah, she's beautiful. And I was like, but I hate that because you're your own person and I'm my own person. I don't ever want any of my nieces and nephews to be like, oh, that's Angel niece and nephew. I get the perks, but also realize like they have their own identity. You know what I'm saying? Because I lived through that. I lived through where it wasn't Angel, I'm Ace's little sister. Enjoyed the perks, but still have my own identity. So I just got perks and not my own identity, if that makes sense. So anyway, I know a lot of people because of my older siblings. So to me, to other people, it looks like I'm this popular person when the reality is like my sister had to babysit all the time because my mom is a single mother now, 3 kids. Even she was a single mother while she was married, which is why I can say certain things. It's like I'm not bashing it because again, if your marriage is good, I'm not talking to you. If it don't apply, let it fly. But if you feel hit, put on the mother shoe. You feel me? Fix it. Anyway, which is why I can speak on certain things because of seeing, and then also my mama confirming and also making sure and talking to me like you don't go through the same things. And not saying that marriage is bad, but realize it's not a fantasy situation, it's work. So my mama was married and being a single mother. So most of the time, like my sister had to babysit. Like she had to become a parent early. She really didn't have any childhood. She had to become a parent early, which is why I think a lot of her misplaced anger is towards me. And like, girl, I ain't asked to be here just like you ain't asked to be here. I was thrown in a situation like you was thrown in a situation. You don't need to take your anger out on me. You need to take your ass to therapy. Period. Anyway, so yeah, so it was like I knew a lot of people because I'm always with my older siblings. And me and my older siblings are 10 and 7 years apart. So there's a disconnect. You know what I'm saying? Like your life was completely different and your grow up was completely different from mine. So there's a disconnect, but I know people because of my older siblings is my point. So it looks like I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I knew, well, kind of was popular anyway. So at this point in time, like I'm hanging out the window and like I'm talking to people, and all of a sudden this girl pulls up, and I ain't gave her no name. Hold on, let me get her name. And we're gonna name her Luna. So Luna pulls up, and I don't think I've named anybody Luna. I hope I didn't name anybody Luna. I don't think I name anybody Luna. Anyway, Luna pulls up one of these days while I'm hanging out of the window at the bus, out of the bus window at the high school, waving at people like we in a parade. So Luna pulls up, so she was like, "Hey, hey, Angel," and I'm like, and so the usual, I'm thinking, this is one of my siblings' friends, right? And so it's like, hey, so I'm just waving because I had become accustomed to that as well, where it's like my siblings' friends would, like, the ones that I didn't know, be like, hey, and I'd be like, and I would just speak because, again, as my granny used to say, even a dog deserves good morning, and some of y'all don't deserve good morning. And I'll make that very aware. But if you ain't did me nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I'll wave, hey, because I'm used to it at this point. And so I'm waving back, like, hey. And so she was like, I'm Luna. No bells are going, no bells are going off. And so, according to my cousin, like, I've always had like this mean face. Even y'all heard in the last vlog where my cousin, at this point in time that I'm recording the vlog, my cousin was like, "Why your face look like that?" And the whole time it's like, girl, I don't even know what my face be saying. I keep telling y'all, like, I am very fluent in facial expressions, and my face be talking, and the whole time I don't be saying nothing. But my face be telling y'all stuff. I don't even be paying attention. Most of the time, if my eyes is squinting, my eyes is hurting because I'm a yearly allergy girly, and my eyes be hurting. And I just be looking. Or my niece said it this weekend. She was like, I got a resting face. So that's probably what it is. It's just my face, and I literally just be minding my business. Facts. Like, literally. Like, don't even be paying nothing attention. Like, to be totally honest. But anyway, and I'm looking at Luna like, once she was like, I'm Luna. No bells, no ring a ding a ding ding. Nothing is going off. Like, girl, like, I'm supposed to know you. And so she was like, you don't know who I am? No. And so she was like, I'm your god sister. And I was like, oh, okay. And so she was like, yeah, I'm your god sister. I'm your god sister. Okay. And so she was like, so I'm gonna be coming by more and stuff so we could get acquainted, we could be close. Okay. And as I told y'all, like, our house is this huge marker because when people pull up to our house, like, you look and you think like we got all this money. At this point in time, and I told y'all back in the day, things was a little different. So the earnest money that my mama put down for her house was $100. We had a 2-story house, but the earnest money, according to my mama, that she put down for the house was $100 because the lady who gave her the earnest money because she didn't have it, that's my middle name. Why I was named after the lady is $100 because she didn't have it. And at that point in time, the lady gave it to her because my dad was abusive and she wanted my mama to get away from my dad. So everybody think like this huge big, like, you see this huge big house on the outside, which I understand because it was a 2-story and it was the biggest house on the block as far as like going upward, like height wise. But I mean, whatever. It was the biggest house on the block. So like, it was hard to miss. And as I told y'all a couple of times, even in that last vlog, no, it wasn't the last vlog, it was the vlog after that. Anyway, I told y'all, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they used our house as the marker. So it wasn't hard to miss on our street. Like, you knew our house was in front of the church. 2-story house in front of the church. Literally, it was the marker for our neighborhood. All right. That or the shop, which was like the red shop. Those were the markers. Anyway. So she was like, yeah, I'm going to come by so we can spend more time together and I can get to know you better. Okay. And so before she pulled up, like now when you're coming every day to the window, and when you're coming to the window, you're bringing snacks and gifts. I like food. I like snacks. I like gifts and surprises. Yes, surprise me. So I was like, oh, okay. So my mama's starting to notice that I'm coming home with snacks and gifts. And now she's trying to, she's now trying to speculate, like, girl, where you getting this money from? Where you getting this stuff from? And so I was like, oh my God, Sister Luna is giving it to me when I go to the high school. And so, cause my mom is like, where you get this money from? Mm-mm, mm-mm. Even though people would bring me gifts. In this story time, you stole my daddy. That man used to bring me a box. And when I'm telling y'all, like a box, a huge box full of things. So listening to his grown daughter who was way older than me, who is way older than me, be upset of, hearing about me all the time, me getting gifts, and all I ever heard was angel, angel, angel. Like if y'all would have heard that lady. And at this point in time, like I wasn't vlogging or anything. This was my granddaddy 100 birthday party. So if y'all would have heard the lady, like you can hear, I keep telling y'all, you can hear, you can feel when people don't like you. You can hear it in their voice, you can hear it in their tone, you can see it in their actions. And this lady did not like me, all because her daddy decided to bring me gifts and to talk about me all the time. And she literally said, all I heard was how pretty you was. All I heard was angel, angel, angel. You need to be like angel. And it's like, I didn't ask your daddy for this stuff. I'm a child. A lot of y'all need therapy. So I'm a child. You know what I'm saying? So like I used to get these big boxes of chips and cookies and whatever I wanted, fruit, all this other stuff. My grandparents always spoiled me, but this man used to bring all this stuff. And I was never alone with this man or anything. Like I told y'all, my granddaddy was always there. It was always, hey, I don't remember what I named him. Mr. Truck is because I think I said the color of the truck. Cause I don't remember what I named him. But I think I said the color of the truck in that story time where he was like, hey, come out here because he got some stuff for you, and it would be a big box. And so like, and I knew what she was saying was true because I remember like the stuff in the box. So the lady, because she was a grown lady who's older than me at my granddaddy's party, like the stuff that she was saying, I knew was hurting her feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it had nothing to do with me. So it's like at this point in time, like your daddy going on the glory, but you walking up to me with an attitude about the gifts that your dad used to give me that I didn't even ask for. But it caused you trauma because of how he was treating you. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, yeah, y'all gotta go to that story time for it to make sense. So anyway, like my mom knew like I would get gifts like from people. People would bring me gifts. And she was very skeptical about that because of the trauma that she had endured. And so it's like, because nothing is free. So who giving you stuff? You know what I'm saying? Who giving you gifts? Who giving you where you getting this from? Are you stealing? You got money? Where you getting money from? You know what I'm saying? My mama is starting to question because you starting to see me come home with these gifts. Chips and sodas and stuff like that. Cause that she would ask, what do you like? What do you want? I'm telling you a list. Girl, I'm running it down. I'm running it up. I'm eat. Baby, you wanna bring me some gifts? Bring it. And I'm that. When it comes down to that, like I'm simple. It ain't even gotta be an expensive type situation. If we dating, baby, feed me. Feed me. Surprise me with flowers. Like I'm a simple type chick, to be totally honest. I'm not hard to please. Nails, feet. Not hard to please. Lashes, maybe. I don't really wear lashes like I used to, but lashes, maybe. Probably. I really love lashes though. Let me get my little clusters done. Like, yeah, I do my own hair now. So I mean, I mean, you gotta really do it unless you like hair a certain way. And you know what I'm saying? But that's if we dating. But I'm just saying, like, see, surprise, cash apps, go get lunch, babe. Nothing. As y'all hear my story times with my homegirls, it's like, girl, they gonna feed you. eat, eat. They gonna feed me, baby. I'm with it. Yeah, baby. I'll be your lookout. I'll come with you. You ain't gotta go by yourself. Cool. Duh, I ain't gotta take one for the team, though. Tell them to leave their homeboys at home. Just give me food in the remote. Do what you wanna. I don't care. Do what you wanna, but not like that. You know, you can't hurt her. But I'm just saying, like, food in the remote. I'm good. Long as we got our lives straight, if we meet up with a parent, I'm good. So anyway, so my mama is like, yeah. So where you getting this stuff from? My mama is now turning to. No, I was about to say Inspector Gadget, but he wasn't a good detective. Penny was helping him out. So anyway, she has now turned into a detective because at this point, she like, girl, where you getting this stuff from? And so I'm like, Luna, Luna comes to the window. What do you want me to bring you tomorrow? Like anything? Anything? Candy, chips, soda, whatever you want to bring out of the grocery store, whatever you want to bring out of Sunshine, I'm with it. Because we had a corner store named Sunshine. So, baby, whatever you want to bring out of Sunshine, I'm with it. I'll take it. Thank you. Honey buns, cookies, chips, soda. Like, I'm coming home off the bus with these snacks. And my mama like, who is Luna? Well, ma'am, Luna said she my god sister. So my mom was like, I think there's some confusion going on because you don't have any god sisters. Well, Luna said, she my god sister. So she was like, you don't have any god sisters. So when you see Luna again, tell Luna to stop giving you gifts. Huh? Listen, Linda. Listen. Wait a minute. Why I gotta stop getting gifts because I don't have a god sister? This girl a little confused. Hold on. Like maybe, you know what I'm saying? There's a confusion somewhere, but why I gotta stop getting gifts? Why I gotta cut off my supply? So she like, I was like, all right. Hey, like I can. I have nothing. So the next time Luna shows up to the window to give an exchange on my snacks, I was like, my mom said, in my water boy voice, my mama said, I can't take gifts from you no more. And so she was like, huh? And so she was like, yeah, she said, I can't take gifts from you no more. And so Luna was like, oh, maybe because like, are you eating it before your dinner or whatever? She was like, maybe because you're eating it before your dinner. And I was like, yeah, that's probably what it is. And so she was like, well, I'm going to, find a way to hang out with you. I'm going to, find a way to pull up basically and hang out with you. Okay. So Luna pulls up. At this point in time, I'm a, latchkey kid. I'm old enough to stay home by myself. My brother is doing whatever. My sister, if I'm not mistaken, at this point in time, was still cheerleading on me. She gone? I don't know, child. Anyway, I'm home by myself, and Luna pulls up on her bicycle. I'm the only one there. So Luna comes in. Cause I let Luna in. I done seen Luna on repeat every day. Let Luna in. Luna was like, oh, is Godmom here? And I was like, nah, she not here. And so she was like, okay, well, yeah, let's spend time together. And I was like, okay. So spending time together, she reading books, watching TV, we talking. And I was like, oh, I like this because most of the time, like my sister don't want me around her. So I like the big sister thing. Okay, this is what big sisters do. Cool. And so like it wasn't what big sisters do. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like big sisters spend time, but it's like my sister was aggravated because you had to be a parent early. Well, because you're babysitting, not only are you babysitting me, like you still have to somewhat keep an eye out on my brother too. You know what I'm saying? Because you were older than my brother, so you had to help out with my brother, and then here comes Angel. You know what I'm saying? It's like you make it seem like I plan to show up. Like I'm just gonna come down here and ruin your life, girl. So I'm thinking like, yeah, like this is what big sisters do. Like, oh, this is cool. Like this is, what it's like to have a big sister. And so she was like, okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna see you later. And I was like, oh, okay. So when she's leaving, my mama is pulling up. And so she waved at my mama, and my mama waved and, left and went on. And so my mama, because she was like, who is that? And I said, Luna. And so she was like, was Luna in here? And I was like, yeah. She said, Angel, you're not supposed to let nobody in here when you by yourself. I was like, but it's Luna. It's Luna. And so she was like, Angel, you do not let anybody in here when you're by yourself. And I'm not getting the concept because Luna keeps saying she my god sister, right? And I was like, but Luna said she's my god sister. So my mom was like, you don't have any god siblings. I'm not a godmother to anybody. And I said, well, Luna said you're her godmother. And so my mom was like, there's really some confusion here. So the next time Luna pulls up, basically, I need to make sure I'm here. Matter of fact, tell Luna when you see her, when she comes to the window, tell Luna to come to the house tomorrow afternoon. Okay. Now, mind you, I'm going like, why Luna can't pull up? You don't want Luna to come here. You keep saying Luna ain't my god sister. You took away my snacks. Why you want this girl to pull up? So Luna pulls up the next afternoon. Well, actually, when I see her, I'm like, hey, mama wants you to come to the house. And so this girl, literally, her face brightens up. She's like, okay. And I was like, yeah, she wants you to come to the house. So make sure, whenever you get time, like, comes to the house. And so she was like, okay. So she rides her bicycle. Now, mind you, I, at this point in time, don't know where Luna lives. All I know is Luna pulls up on her bicycle when she shows up to our joint. That's all I know. So Luna pulls up on her bicycle, rings the doorbell, open the door. Luna comes in, and Luna is sitting at the table. But my mama told her to go sit to the table. So I go and sit to the table because I'm thinking like, you told me to tell Luna to come, like we are having this conversation. My mama told me to go to the room. Well, why I can't sit at the table with you and Luna? So I go to the room. They're in there talking. I don't know what they talking about because, like, I can't. We have an open kitchen, so I couldn't peep it and play it like I would with my grandmama because my grandmama then was like, it was a wall that would hide me from leaning and listening. My mama had an open kitchen, so you can see me because of the TV. You can see me sitting in the living room, or standing. I can't hide and peek. Now I can stand by the bathroom and kind of listen, but the way that our house was set up, if you walking, like you can hear people walking, like your building is always moving and settling. You know what I'm saying? So noises don't really bother me because I'm kind of used to it. When you live in a 2-story house, or you have an upstairs, you downstairs, you hear people walking, you kind of get used to noises in your house settling, and you can tell when it's windy, you can tell, you know what I'm saying, you get used to certain sounds and stuff. So I was like, well, I can't do that because if I was standing by the bathroom, I can't really hear, but she gonna hear that I'm moving, and it's gonna be hard for me to kind of run back to my room, and act like I wasn't listening. So anyway, I'm sitting like on my bed, waiting for them to have, to get finished with their conversation, and it's like, oh, okay, so when this is done, right? Like, what's going on? So Luna comes out of the kitchen, and Luna's face, there is no brightness, there's no shininess, there's no light, there's no nothing. And you can tell, like, whatever the conversation was had hurt her feelings. Luna got to the top of the stairs because at this point in time, my room is upstairs and I'm sharing a room with my sister. And I could like you in that room, it's a straight hallway, like it's a straight shot. I can see straight in the living room. And like I said, the kitchen was open. So walking out of the kitchen, you can walk straight into the living room and you can see straight ahead. So and then you had the stairs to go out of the door. Before you got to our room, it was like a little mini hall section, and then it was the stairs for you to go out the door. So Luna, I'm thinking about to walk to my room where she gonna read books and we gonna play and I'm gonna enjoy another big sister moment. Luna stops at the top of the stairs and say, "I'll see you later, Angel," and leaves. And so I'm looking, I'm looking at my mama like, what you do? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, this girl is being nice to me. You already took the snacks away. She was bringing the snacks. She was being nice. She wasn't doing anything or saying anything out the way. She was literally just being nice. And I think looking back now, she was trying to find a place where she felt accepted too. So when Luna leaves, I'm watching her ride her bicycle. And so my mom was like, she rode her bicycle here. I said, she always ride her bicycle here. And so she was like, do you know where that girl lived? No. Luna lived past my church. Like the church, if you watch my vlogs, if you watch the celebration of life, like you can see where, like, you know what I'm saying? Like where my mom's church is, like her home church. Luna lived past that, like down the road where my mom's home church was, a good little minute. And so it's like she was riding her bicycle to get to her house, I know, a good 5 miles. Riding her bicycle. Just to come visit, just to come hang out, just to like, yeah. So anyway, anyway. So I was like, well, I didn't know where she lived. And I was like, but she, you know what I'm saying? Like she would pull up and she would always say, like, I'm her godsister, and she was coming to spend time. Like she was coming to spend time. She wasn't doing anything. She was reading books. We was watching TV. We was talking. Like it wasn't anything bad. I don't see anything wrong with it. And I don't understand. Like, what did you do? What happened? Why that girl don't want to stay here no more? And so she was like, I'm not her godmama. And I was like, why do you keep saying that? Like this girl keeps saying, you her godmama. You saying you not her godmama. What's the difference? What's the difference? And so she was like, there was some confusion. She's like, there was some confusion here. She was like, I was her teaching mother, not her godmother. So Luna had confusion because in our church, I don't know if this is how it goes now or in anybody else's church, but in our church, when we are getting baptized, how do they do it? I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. I'm making sure I remember correctly. When you walk up, because they do like an altar call, but then you walk up to state, like if you're already a member, you walk up to say you want to be baptized. Because I knew at like a certain age, like it was like I wanted to be baptized, and I had told my mom. And so she was like, oh, okay. Like y'all get like heated pools. We didn't have the heated pools. Our joint was cold. Hold on. Our pool was cold. It was like literally, it was a pool, this underground big pool, straight cold water. They put you all in these white sheets, cloths, and dump you in this cold pool. Y'all got heated bathtub water type situation. Cold. Anyway, when you walk up, you go up to say you want to be a candidate for baptism. And then when you do that, they ask you, who do you want to be like your teaching mother? So your teaching mother is the person who's supposed to teach you like the stuff of the Bible and keep you on the straight and narrow when it comes down to the Bible path or whatever. Because I chose my cousin. In my mind, I'm thinking I'm choosing my godmother. So I understood the confusion what that Luna had, because I was thinking when I went up there that I was choosing my godmother as well. And I wasn't, because the godmothers that I had were older ladies, but they really weren't doing nothing. They really weren't doing nothing. Like I mean, they came through here and there. One especially. One was really like anytime she saw me, she would slide money in my hand. She made if I needed anything. Like she would make sure that I was okay or whatever. Her daughter had a little issue too. That's why I can be like, y'all not girls, because I can tell the difference, like from when I was a kid, even up until now. Like, ooh, 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 yeah. So anyway, like, so I understood Luna's confusion. So when she was a candidate for baptism, she chose my mama to be her teaching mother, thinking that it was her godmother. And there was a confusion. And so my mom was like, I'm not your godmother. I'm your teaching mother. Like, your mom was supposed to bring you here for me, like, to teach you the Bible. And we would go over the Bible and have, like, little Bible study or whatever. But I'm not your godmother. And so that crushed and broke little Luna's heart. And so now, after that conversation, there's no Luna. Luna's not coming to the window. Luna's not saying anything. Even when I see Luna, it's like, hey, hold on, Luna. Like you don't like me no more. Like, hold on. We was just cool just a week ago. You don't like me no more, Luna? Like, what happened? And so now, because the title has changed, you changed your actions towards me. So it's like you was cool with me being your god sister, but now that there's no title, even though we, to me, had, I thought, build a rapport, now that there's no title, you don't want to be cool no more. Like it's nothing. We not cool no more. And I was like, and so she was like, well, you know what I'm saying? My mom was like, I had told, she's like, the next time I saw Luna, she was like, yeah, I told her, like, no more gifts, no more popping up. Like, you can't just pop up in my house like that. Like, I'm just your teaching mother. If you want to come here, we can talk about the Bible or whatever, but I'm not your godmother. So, yeah, that girl was like, after that, she was cold. She wasn't even saying nothing. And I mean, I can't really blame her, because what you thought in your head, it wasn't what it was. But still, like, girl, what I do to you? I ain't do nothing to you. I ain't do nothing to you. Like, we still could have been cool. You know what I'm saying? You could have spoke still, but she didn't want to do that either. Yeah. And that's the story time of there was some confusion, because my mom was like, she didn't do godparents because she didn't want to be responsible for nobody else's kids but her own. And I totally understood that. Like, I totally understood that as I got older, but still, it was like, dang, girl, why you got to cut off my snacks? Why you got to be nasty to me now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, honey, them titles mean something, huh? Not the actions, the title. Anyway, I love you the most because you're definitely the dopest in real life, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.